Hey YouTube, it's Ixlon with another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This is going to be a 5th gen OU match against LiLxJuaNCho, who is the guy that basically got me started. He helped me figure out how to make these videos, what programs to use, everything. So I wouldn't be doing this without him. He's definitely a really awesome guy, really fun to battle. If you haven't checked out his channel, find the link in the description, check it out. Pretty awesome guy. And we were talking on Skype like a week or two ago. He was doing some battles, so I got in a couple battles with him. This is the first battle, I think. I don't know what happened to the second one. I can't find it. I don't know if I didn't save it or I saved over before I copied it onto my computer or what. But at the end, I'll give you a quick overview of what happened, just to keep you caught up on our record. So for our first battle, he forgot to switch to the team that he wanted to actually test out and ended up using his Sun team, which he says is pretty terrible. It doesn't work out as well as expected. So I see a lot of fire types, so I'm just going to lead off with my Jellicent, Mr. Mustachio. And I go for the Will-O-Wisp on the Porygon 2, and he goes for the Toxic. So we both just status round 1, which is not too bad, I guess. I just switch into Jirachi since I know that most Porygon 2s carry an electric move, and it was pretty obvious that was coming. So he goes for the Discharge, and I take that pretty well. After leftovers, it does negligible damage. And he's going to switch out into his Ninetales to bring out the Sun, and I'm just going to go for the Iron Head because I believe that was faster, so just in case he stayed in, I wanted to try for the flinch. I want to keep him off his Sun, so I'm just going to switch out into Tyranitar to set up the Sandstream. And Ninetales is more of a special wall usually than a special sweeper, so I'm not too concerned about it. And I resist the fire move. All those things combined mean that the flamethrower is literally going to do almost nothing. And he does have the Energy Ball, but that's not stabbed. And even though it's super effective without the stab boon, with 9 worth it for him to stay in anymore. And I just take this opportunity to set up my rocks, knowing that when he switches out, I'm going to have rocks set up for when he does come back in. He's going to switch out into Picasso while I just go for the Crunch because I predicted the switch, but I figured I'd just get some damage on something, and it does very, very little, which is kind of depressing, but whatever. After the burn and sandstorm damage, I'm just going to go for the Superpower to finish him off, and he goes for the Toxic, being faster, gets the Toxic off. I'm like, okay, he's just going to poison most of my team. Not really that concerned. With Porygon 2 down, he's going to go out into Ninetales and get his Sun back up. And I have to switch out, obviously. And I thought it was pretty predictable that I would go into Jellicent and get the Energy Ball up. So I went for the Latios switch so that I would resist the Energy Ball. And he does go for the Energy Ball, which I resist pretty well. And I'm like, okay, even though he's a special wall, I should be able to kill him with a Draco Meteor. But I don't, obviously, because apparently Expert Belt Latios is not as awesome as I thought it would be. Although it is still pretty good, so I just go for the second Draco Meteor, and he gets his Toxic off, which I guess will hamper him a little, but not too much, and I'll just finish off Ninetales that way. He's going to go out into his Latios, and after 4 special attack drops, I'm like, it's probably retarded to stay in. So I switch out to Jirachi, who I know can resist the Draco Meteor if he Spects or Scarfed. But he's actually a Dragon Dancing variant, so I'm like, okay, I can probably live whatever move he has. I'm not that concerned. So I'm just going to go for the Body Slam, and he goes for Earthquake, which looks like it's going to be a 2-hit KO, maybe a 3-hit KO. And I just go for Body Slam, get, a little bit of damage. But I'm like, okay, I'll leave him in as fodder, get some more damage in. I want to bring him low. If I get the Parahacks, it'll totally be worth it. And he goes for the Dragon Dance again because he doesn't think it's going to be a 2-hit KO. And I get the crit on the Body Slam, but not the Paralysis, which is kind of a trade-off. And then he just finishes me off with another EQ. I just go into Donphin and revenge kill it with Ice Shard, and he brings out Espeon, and I'm like, Ice Shard probably won't do that much, so I'm going to switch out into Tyranitar to resist the Psychic attack, and he sets up Reflect and Light Screen, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go for the Crunch, and it'll probably be a 2-hit KO, but I get the crit, and that's a dead Espeon. I'm like, okay, maybe that mattered, maybe it didn't. I was kind of hoping it didn't, but I'm like, Reflect was up, so it probably mattered a lot. And then he goes out into Victini, and I know Victini's Psychic type, so I just go for the Crunch there, and he goes for the Fusion Bolt. And since it's not a one-hit KO, that pretty much shows me that it was the crit definitely mattered against Espeon. But the Fusion Bolt is not going to be a two-hit KO, so I'm going to be able to finish off Victini, and he realizes that, so he's like, okay, let's just end this and do our second match where he brings a team that actually makes sense. So I'm like, okay, fine. He ran, and we had our second match, which I don't have, which he wanted to try against a different team since he had seen this team in action. So I brought a team that has a choice-banded Dragonite on it with extreme speed, because I had a roosting Dragonite at one point, and then I was trying a choice Scarf Dragonite, and neither of them were really working. Like, they were okay, but, I mean, Dragonites, I don't know, like, for some reason, whenever I play Dragonite, it gets destroyed. So I was talking to a couple people, and they were like, why don't you try a extreme speed choice banded Dragonite, because it kind of catches people off guard. And I was like, oh, okay. The problem being that if you go for extreme speed with a choice band Dragonite, really all your Dragonite's going to do is revenge kill things. It's never going to be effective for anything else because people switch into the attack, like most obviously predicted. It's really kind of a pain in the ass to use, and it's so incredibly slow if you're focusing on attack EVs compared to like other Pokemon that are scarfed. So it's never really worth it, at least in my opinion. It didn't really work out for me. But yeah, that's I used another team, he used another team, and we had a good match. I think it was probably like a 2-0, maybe a 3-0. Like, I know he definitely beat me. I don't remember how badly. I don't think it was super badly, but he's definitely probably a better he's definitely a better battler than me at this point. But yeah, it was a really fun match. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I have another little cup match that will be going up after probably like 2 weeks, because I'm moving in like a couple days, so that'll set me behind things. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys thought, and I'll see you guys next time.